Hey guys, so I have my new book review for you today, and it is Fear by Michael Grant. This is the 5th book in the Gone series. Obviously, I'm going to avoid spoilers in this video, so if you don't know anything about the series, I suppose you can watch it, but this is a review of the 5th book, so I'm not sure, what you're gonna get out of it. I will tell you a little bit about this series and what it's all about. The first book is Gone. On one random day in the small California town of Perdido Beach, everyone over the age of 14 poofs and vanishes. On everyone's 15th birthday, at the exact moment they were born, they also poof. Vanish. To add to the problem, there is a dome surrounding a 20-mile radius, trapping them in. So, life sucks. And the story follows just these kids and how they're dealing with everything that's happening inside the dome. The second book is Hunger, where things just start happening more, things get more intense, obviously. Kids go hungry. The third one is Lies, where drama starts happening and there's a new character that starts telling lies. The fourth book is Plague. This is my favorite cover and my favorite one of the series still. There is a plague in this book. You know, the titles are pretty self-explanatory. And the fifth one, which is Fear. And this one just came out April 3rd this year, so it's new. And the sixth one is Light. Yes. This is the cover for Light. And it comes out next year, and I'm so disappointed that I have to wait. So far, I've given all of these books 5 out of 5 stars, so let's see where it goes with Fear. I originally was reading an advanced copy. I would like to give a shout out. Thank you to Reading Vacation for sending me this. So nice. And I got this copy for my review, because I'm weird like that. So in Fear, things are really heating up in the phase, which is the Fallout Alley Youth Zone. It's called Fallout Alley because there's nuclear stuff. It's a long story. Kids are separated, there are alliances forming, territories being formed, and lots of darkness. The original title for Fear was Darkness, and I can definitely see where that would come into play. I also think that Fear was a really good choice for the secondary title because Darkness did not fit on the cover of this. You know, Fear plays a big part in this. There's lots of stuff about Fear in here, and there's lots of new stuff happening with the phase wall and Astrid. So that's all I'll say for those of you who don't really know anything about this series. Things are falling apart in this establishment. It really reminds me a lot of Lord of the Flies, how everything just, how the characters interact with each other and the different things that are happening in their brains and how everyone is going insane. And without civilization, everyone plays a different role. The kids that were not so popular before are now rulers. And there's something addicting put into these books. The characters, they're just so obnoxious with each other. The situations that they're put into are so unreal and weird, but the character development is just so well done that you feel like you're with them and you believe everything that you're told, even if they're lies. And I just love the writing style. How Michael Grant does it is, it's a third-person perspective, but it's split into different parts. You get perspectives from all different characters, maybe 10 to 20 in each book. And a lot of the characters are all going through their own thing at different parts of the phase, and then somehow, towards the end, they all just come together, and it's magic and so well done. Another thing about the writing style is that it's not obnoxiously descriptive. It is constant moving. They're action-packed and they're exciting. Fear was definitely very different from all of the other plots that have been going on in this series. Normally they have a momentary calm at the beginning and then certain things start popping up where it's a problem and they want Sam, which is the main character, to take over and be the leader and stuff, and then Kane, which we find out is his twin brother, who comes in from Coates Academy and wants to take over everything, and big mess of situation. Fear was definitely nothing like that. They're in a completely different situation. There's different characters doing different things, and the way that everything is set up is just totally different. You could take that as a good thing or a bad thing. I can definitely see how some people would take it as a bad thing, and how they would think the character development was all off because of this new thing that Michael Grant is doing with the plot, but I personally loved it. Fear was amazing. A lot of people say that they can't get into Gone, but if you are one of those people, maybe if you've started Gone or are thinking about it but you're hesitant, go for it. And if you don't like Gone, please keep going. The series is so amazing. Plague is definitely my favorite. It still is. I'm not sure if Light will be, but the way it's set up, I think it might be. But Fear, for me, did not overrule Plague. I just loved Plague. But it was a new twist and definitely something different for the series. I think Michael Grant has become a better writer over time. There's a few scenes in here that had me like on the edge of my seat and had that weird feeling like someone's watching me, because that's what the characters are going through. And there's one point where Sam is walking through the darkness and thinking to himself, and it's just very eerie and creepy. My favorite quote in the book is on page 389, at least in the US hardcover edition. "In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, but in the darkness, the one man holding a candle is a target." If you've read it, you just, like, I don't know if you remember, but that entire scene is just, whoo, creepy. The characters that have maintained themselves for a long time are definitely changing. Astrid, for example, you would not recognize her. Idelio, didn't see that coming, but I personally suspected Jack. Diana, personally waiting for the fan fiction of Gaia versus Renesmee. I'm so rude. There's been talk about a movie for Gone. I actually think the Gone series should be made into a TV show. I think it could definitely make it through 2 or 3 seasons with 6 books. I think the ending of Lies would be a really good season finale. So with all of that being said, I'm going to give Fear by Michael Grant, the 5th book in the Gone series, 5 out of 5 stars. So far, Michael Grant is one of the very few authors who have gotten all 5 stars from me so far. So we'll see where it goes with Berserk too. So this next section of the video is going to be for people who have read Gone, Hunger, Lies, Plague, and Fear. If you haven't, I'm going to say go do so. And then you can watch this last part of the video, because I have to talk about some things. The barrier is now transparent and they can see through it. And it's weird. It's like, I gotta know what's gonna happen, and I have to wait a year to find out. But I definitely think the end was cool with Astrid, and she's like, this is their world now, and she's disconnected from her parents. They don't know the real her anymore. She's Sam's, Sam is hers, and this is their world. That was a really good ending. I was actually kind of sad that Penny died, because I really liked her. She was kind of like a Bellatrix character for me. It's like you're not supposed to like her, but you just like her. And Taylor, she irritates me, but at the same time, she's pretty cool, and I don't know what happened to her. Personally, I think she's still alive, and she's going to play a semi-big role in Light. I don't think it's of Michael Grant's character to leave us with a somewhat cliffhanger like that and then just have the character die. That's not what he normally does. He normally tends to wrap up all the major plot points of one book at the end. Of course, there's always somewhat of a cliffhanger, but we usually know how things go for the situation that they were currently in. I do think Taylor's still alive, but she's definitely got a lot on her plate right now. And Jack, I guess it's assumed that he's dead. I do think he's dead. Actually, yeah, sorry. I wasn't a huge fan of him. He kind of irritates me. He's got a really big ego, and at the same time a really small ego. I was just not ever really a huge fan of his character. Astrid definitely changed a lot. She no longer has her religion. She's cut her hair and she's become like, she's just more bad in this one. I did like her character. In Diana's baby, Gaia, she's a little diabolical. I'm interested to see where that's gonna go. I think all the adults were surprised to kind of see where things have gone in the phase, and they don't really know their children anymore. So those are my thoughts on Fear by Michael Grant. I loved it, and let me know what you guys thought down below. According to Goodreads, not a lot of you have finished it at this point, when I'm currently making it. So, yes, that's all. Bye.